37 days without any new cases of coronavirus, Victorian Premier Daniel is further easing restrictions. This includes gatherings in the home, the use of masks, and moving towards a system of density limits rather than caps on the numbers of people at hospitality venues. Justin O'Donnell is the chairperson of Chapel Street Precinct, and he joins me now live. Justin, good afternoon. Finally, some good news ahead of Christmas.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thanks for having me on. Fantastic news. Just before Christmas is exactly what we all need. It's fantastic.
And there's a number of shops in the Chapel Street Precinct. What will it mean for a number of these stores and retailers and businesses?
Oh, look, it means everything. For this to happen prior to Christmas, to give them a chance to have that ramp up to Christmas. And early signs are fantastic. People are coming out. They're supporting local like never before, and it's exactly what our businesses needed. And it's giving us a real sense of hope that a lot of our businesses might just make it through after all.
That's really great to hear. And you and I spoke while the lockdown was still in place and there were still a number of restrictions on retailers in particular. It has been a number of weeks now since the restrictions first eased. How are businesses faring?
Yeah, look, there's a lot of positivity out there. The amount of support from local businesses to local businesses has just been outstanding by locals a lot across the board. It has been difficult though for some to make enough profit to start climbing back out of the debt. So these latest lifting of numbers is exactly what businesses need, especially in some of the industries that have been hit so hard, to have stand-up service now allowed for bars and clubs who've done it really tough. They've been shut down since the end of March. This to happen before Christmas is fantastic because we can actually now start getting some patrons back.
And there had been some concern that there wasn't enough time, particularly for retailers, to prepare for this busy Christmas period because they had been shut for so long. Does this change things? Are businesses ready for that busy trade?
For most I've spoken to, yes, they're ready. They're ready to do the right thing. So we don't want to see another outbreak. So I've seen so much care put in by businesses to be ready to accept the trade, to get people back. There's the social distancing and the square metre rules that people have been ready for. They've all got their contact tracing up and running that I've seen. Or the vast amount of businesses I've seen have that down pat. They're ready to do the right thing and they're ready to trade. And so far, early signs are really good.
That's fantastic to hear. Now, the Precinct has launched some new research which has found that 56% of Victorians actually want to stay in the state to holiday this year. Was that surprising?
We're hoping that might be the case. However, we thought there might be an influx of people wanting to just get out. But I think when people were told they can't do things, that you can't go out for dinner with friends, you can't go for a drink with friends and family. For regional Victorians, that they've been locked out of Melbourne for months. We were hoping that would be the case, and 56% actually say they want to holiday locally, and to holiday in Melbourne. What better place than our iconic Chapel Street Precinct? There is so many options and so many different types of options available, from theatres, shows, galleries. To make it easy, we've even put on our website on chapelstreet.com.au a whole range of different types of adventures, from your classy adventures to your more urban adventures. There is so much in our precinct, and look, I couldn't think of anything better than to holiday in Melbourne this summer with the extended outdoor dining. Seeing already on the streets people sitting outdoors in this lovely early summer that we've already got. It's just great to see, and I think we're in for a real bumper summer and a lot of fun.
That's excellent. There's certainly a lot of promising signs. Are you also finding, Justin, that people are more willing to support local this time round? A particular number of these retailers to just buy from their local shops?
Oh, absolutely. I've heard it across the board, and it's really pleasing to see. I think that's the absolute silver lining from the tough year that we've had, is we've pushed the whole support local message for years, but it's really kicked in. And I think this is going to have a long-term effect. I run a printing business myself, and we do a lot of packaging for small manufacturers, and they've been booming. And I think that goes to show that people are looking for ways that they can support local businesses, and hopefully it's a long-term impact of this pandemic that people value that and actually value having local businesses. The support's been outstanding so far.
And just finally, Justin, you are a businessman yourself, as you said. We know it's been very tough for the last couple of months. Are you worried moving into 2021, though? We know that the number of subsidies, the JobKeeper subsidy, that ends in March. Are you worried as to what is to come?
There's certainly a lot of cautious thoughts around that. We are concerned that when the stimulus measures finish, the JobKeeper support rounds out, the rental protections expire, there could be a lot of businesses without that local support. So it's more critical now than ever that everyone supports their local businesses, because there will be strain and it's a bit unknown as to how it's going to impact businesses when that support finishes. So a lot of our businesses are very cautious. We're optimistic now that we may be through the worst, but we are preparing for that drop off, probably in February, March, when the support starts to run out. So we need a bumper summer. And the better the summer can be, the more chance that many of our favourite businesses may just make it through.
Absolutely. More important than ever to support local. Absolutely. But good news for Victoria with some of those restrictions easing quite drastically from tomorrow. Justin O'Donnell, appreciate your time. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.